ABC 57's Matt Randall joined us live in studio with the rise of eSports. Matt?
Yeah, guys, even if you're not familiar with it now, eSports is quickly storming the mainstream. What could soon be a billion-dollar industry is still relatively new to the casual audience, but it's one that pockets of Michiana are starting to embrace fully.
So much energy, so much hype, everybody was cheering.
To the casual fan, those descriptors seem fitting to big-time sports. But in the science computer lab of Elkhart Central High School, those are the feelings surrounding this.
Well, they captured the point, so now they...
Elkhart High Elite is part of the quietest but fastest growing movement in all of sports. Those that happen to be played not with a ball or a bat, but on the screen with the click of a mouse.
Esports is so vast and it hits the masses.
And with the success they're having in this ever-expanding world, it won't be long before several other local schools that are already planning their squads will log on.
We're all under the radar, so to speak. We're all kind of working together to put a league in place that comes out next fall to where we're doing it on our own. So when it rolls out in the fall, everybody's gonna be like, what is this?
It's eSports, from high school to the pros, competing in several different video game titles, all through the same medium.
We played at school from Florida, we played at school from Texas, we played at school from Nebraska. Like, there's all over, which I think is cool because we played all those teams and we just stayed right here.
And they do so together as a team.
You good? Y'all lost that round, but you good.
Which can mean the world to some of these students.
I didn't have many friends before, but as soon as this program came around, I met all of these people, and it was just great having more friends, you know.
The reason why I wanted to bring this here is because these are kids that thrive in this environment, bro. So I think the biggest thing for us when we brought eSports into that was to get other kids involved.
And it's working. Eventually, these players could have the chance to showcase their skills for a crowd, and that is where the progression continues. A tide rising so fast, it's now on the radar of downtown South Bend, specifically at the Century Center, where city leadership sees an opportunity.
And certainly was in need of a facelift, so why not take a swing at reinvigorating the venue and dedicating it toward eSports.
Pending approval, the Bendix Theater in the Century Center could soon serve as the next step in the region's embrace of eSports. Renderings show a proposed plan to transition the aging 700-seat venue into one perfect for live competitions, continuing South Bend's effort to anticipate an industry shift before it happens.
We would still be an early adopter in terms of dedicating brick and mortar in the industry, but we do think that the eSports segment and the gaming segment can fill maybe the void and help us push over the utilization of this room, and more importantly, become an asset for the community and for our region.
Speaking of assets, it's clear that some of the biggest are those in classrooms like these. STEM programs have become as valued as ever, and they just so happen to overlap with the same students flooding towards eSports.
I really thought that I was alone. As soon as this program came around, it really just, wow, a lot of people are here and are like me. Sometimes I can ask them for help, but this is also just a side thing for them as well, so it's awesome.
As the eSports world continues to grow, more opportunities will come with it. More than 90 universities now offer scholarships, a number expected to skyrocket in the coming years, but one already including Northwood University, where Kevin and his teammate Robert just signed.
I never knew that this thing could get me into college.
And sometime very soon, countless others in Michiana could follow the same path.
Schools are getting on board around here, and I think this is one thing we can actually be in front of if we're able to do it the right way. So I think that's important, just for people to understand that eSports is alive and is coming.
Now, Elkhart High Elite is the biggest, but certainly not the only local team. There are a couple other schools in Elkhart County and in Northwest Indiana who have eSports in the works as well. As for the Century Center project, that plan was approved at a board meeting earlier today, and I'm told it could be functional as early as the end of this calendar year. In studio, Matt Randall, ABC 57 News.